I've just came back from the Webflow conference in London, and it seems that every single person was talking about the exact same thing, and that's AEO.
We have to really start building our websites with LLMs in mind.
We're really seeing a shift in how people are getting information from the web.
So how are we actually structuring our content?
It's here and it's changing how people are discovering your content, learning about your business and your brand.
So that we're representing our brands effectively and accurately.
Answer engine optimization. People were arguing if SEO is dead, our website is dead, and is answer engine optimization taking over? But it reminds me of this phenomenon that every single time when there's a new shift in the market, marketers get scared before they adapt. But in the end, we're not witnessing a death of SEO and websites. We're witnessing a new chapter. My name is Urosh, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Flow Ninja Studio. And over the past almost a decade, we've been building websites inside of Webflow. And in the process, we've had a chance to work with customers like Upwork, Checkout, and many other leading enterprises. It's déjà vu. Every single time when a new tech drops the market, everybody's thinking that it's gonna change the industry in 24 hours. And right now, with AI and answer engine optimization, everybody started talking that SEO is dead, that websites are dead, and that marketers need to go in frenzy to completely rethink their marketing strategy. Well, yes, SEO is gonna get a little bit harder, but also AEO is just gonna be another way for you to market your business. But actually, AI is not killing your website. It's using them as the source of truth. So every single LLM is actually gonna be scanning your website and is gonna understand your brand and your business by scanning the information on your website and on all of the other news outlets. You can think of it as AI is your gossip girl in town.
What? I'm joking. You know I'm joking, right, Brie?
It's gonna scan all of the data, and then when somebody asks it for recommendations, it's gonna give you the data of your brand and your business at one place. People are also asking, what's the difference between SEO and AEO? And is SEO dead? Well, I don't think so. SEO is still there, it still has a really large market share and people are still gonna search on Google, and AEO is just gonna be an evolution of SEO. It's gonna be something additionally you're doing to your website in order to ensure that everybody's still finding you. Where in SEO, like we were optimizing for keywords, in AEO and like answer engine optimizations, we're slowly optimizing for answers, and we're slowly optimizing for all the questions that people are gonna be asking about your brand and about like a specific topic, and you're trying to answer all of those questions on your website or anywhere else in the web. AEO, answer engine optimization. It seems like another buzzword, and a lot of people online are gonna tell you that AEO is the new thing and that you should completely forget about SEO. Where in reality, no, you cannot forget about SEO. You should still be doing like everything that was doing for SEO, where AEO is just an evolution of SEO. They're gonna share the same DNA on the back end. You need to have really good content, you need to have really good authority in your industry, and in general, you need to be found across the web for a specific content cluster that you're trying to focus. So, how do you actually rank on AEO? Where in reality, it's pretty new. So whoever says some secret tactics, they're probably gonna be working on a short term. But we do know a lot of concepts that you should follow if you wanna optimize your own website long term. Let's look at the usual landing page. Previously, I mean like not previously, even today, you would be focusing on a single keyword. Where, right now, if you want to add AEO on top of SEO, kind of for your landing page, you're going to slowly start to create content around answering questions. So you just need to get in the head of your ICP or do research, gather information from your support team, from your sales team, and just try to understand what are people asking. Then you can answer those questions either in sections on your landing page, or even you can go ahead and add a dedicated FAQ section on every single one of your landing pages. Because of course, you're gonna have a landing page, you're gonna have sections, but you're never gonna be able to answer every single question about your features. And by having an FAQ section on your landing pages, you're gonna be able to add a lot more context to the robots which are gonna be crawling the website. So in doing so, you're gonna be able to optimize your website for SEO and also for AEO as well, by just thinking about content a little bit differently and by optimizing it. On top of that, you can also start using additional tools. Like the tool we personally like is AirOps. and you can use AirOps to go ahead and continuously optimize your content to figure out what content is ranking well, what are the questions you should additionally answer on those pages, just to ensure that you're giving as much context as possible to the answer engines. The next part is going to be technical. And again, the more and more we talk about this, good SEO is also good AEO. And it's nothing new that we're going to be talking about. It's just something that people were forgetting about and that people were not implementing properly on their website. So the first part is going to be schema. And schema was appearing in SEO for ages, and you should have been adding that. But right now with AEO, everybody is optimized for their website performance so that their website is loading fast, but also to ensure that crawlers and chatbots and bots are going to be able to crawl your website faster. So in doing so, you can just think about what are the old schema points you can add. So you can add possibly schema for reviews. Mind me my really ugly star here, which I'm going to be drawing. So you can add schema for reviews. What are people saying about that? You can add schema for FAQs. You're of course going to add the usual SEO title and SEO description for your page. To add that, as you're adding that, you might see pull reviews from other websites, and you get the point. Schema on its own has a lot of different data points. So whenever you're creating a page, you should just ensure that you understand what are all of the data points you can go ahead and showcase on your page itself. And in general, how we like to say it is that you can think of schema as subtitles for your website. So you have your landing page, but you're also adding a subtitle that is gonna tell the AI of what is your website, and it's gonna clearly define the subtitles of your brand. The next part is gonna be authority. And again, on our focus of good SEO is good AEO and stuff like that. Previously, I do feel that some brands were trying to hack their way around getting mentioned across the web. They were maybe buying links that are not related to their brand. They were just trying to focus on getting as many links which are just in general with good authority and maybe that they're good links after all, but they're not related to their industry. AI is of course gonna trust backlinks. You should also focus on top of that is getting your brand mentioned. So that can be getting your brand mentioned on YouTube. For example, Reddit is also a huge one. And this is also a fun one because we can also see with time that different answer engines are gonna require different ways to rank. So maybe Reddit is gonna be focused more on Google and on Google search snippets. Maybe it's still gonna be referenced on ChatGPT, but who knows what's gonna happen between the battle of every single one of the answer engines. And in the process, some mentions might be worth more on Google and be worth more on let's say ChatGPT. So with that said, the more the better. You should try to be actively engaged in the community. Even you personally can start answering questions on Reddit, can start creating YouTube videos and transcribing them, adding them to your website. And of course, we go back to the old times of you actually starting to getting mentioned on Forbes or any of the other news outlets, any of the websites which are relevant in the industry. You can think about top 10 agencies, maybe in our case, and you get the point, on and on and on and on. The thing about in general answer engine optimization is that you cannot fake it. Again, going back to the idea that good SEO is gonna also hopefully gonna be good AEO. You can also have good AEO without great SEO. So those two don't have to be completely aligned. But if you were working on your SEO, you should just focus a little bit more on getting your brand mentioned across the web, across Quora, Reddit, YouTube, review websites, websites which are in your industry, so you can actually become an authority in the industry itself. And now, the fourth thing that we should focus on is measurement. Of course, as with everything in life, if you don't measure it, you're not gonna know what you should be optimizing for. So the first tip is you can start searching for tools like Profound, which are really great. We're actually one of their partners, and you can, I guess a small plug, reach out to us on our website, Flow Ninja, to go ahead and talk a little bit more about the tool itself. The idea here is that you wanna start understanding how often is your brand mentioned, how often are you cited, and just to try to see the overall market share. Where in SEO, you're gonna be ranking, are you first, are you second, are you third? Here, you're going ahead and identifying how often does ChatGPT or any of the other tools of that matter actually reflect your brand, and is your brand actually first in your category? Percentage-wise, how often is it showcasing in the results themselves? By using tools like Profound, you can start adding questions or topics, maybe you add a topic about Webflow, you're gonna start seeing what do people actually search. So you're gonna start getting ideas, again, back on top for content. Based off of that, you're gonna see how often is your brand mentioned in this specific topic, and you can slowly optimize your content for these topics and also get mentioned more and more often in the previous section where we said about authority. And all of this that I've just shared is actually a Webflow maturity model. We use Webflow as our trusted CMS, and they have created a framework that goes over authority, measurement, technical overviews, and like content in general. And they have created their Webflow maturity model that we use when gauging websites and when gauging how ready are the websites for AEO. So, who am I actually to talk about this? Everything I'm telling you in this video is coming from our personal experience. Yes, I might make some mistakes in some cases when I mention something, but it's actually what we believe in. It's actually what helped Flow Ninja be one of the leaders in the Webflow ecosystem for AEO. So whatever you search on like ChatGPT or like when you like Google goes ahead and gives you like AI snippets, Flow Ninja is going to be one of the top cited domains for a lot of the questions, and also for a lot of the questions about what is a Webflow agency in the end. Just because of that, we have tested all of this on our own skin. We have implemented schemas, we have implemented FAQs, we've created YouTube videos, Reddit kind of relations, even Clutch testimonials. So we've done a lot of work and we've done a lot of kind of heavy lifting in order to ensure that our brand is the top one mentioned across answer search engines of that sort. We're also doing this for our customers. So we have started a trial this year where we're onboarding a few specific clients and we're helping them actually rank their business better on AEO and optimize for this new market. Websites are not really dying. They're becoming the place where you control your narrative and where people and AI engines are getting to know your brand. If you don't spend enough time on optimizing your website, people might not even find your business and your competition is gonna fill in the gaps. So even after people find about your business, you should also focus on your brand and the creativity so that when your customer visits your website, they can be sure that you're the leader in the industry and they actually go with your brand. The brands that are gonna stay relevant are the ones which are gonna control the narrative and also focus on their branding. If you wanna learn a little bit more about AEO, feel free to book a 30-minute free consultation with our team down below.